Sky, before we get going, that shit you was on last week,
Wait, which one?
with your gay ass babies, and then like I was like, what the fuck?
I was tripping. I don't know what was
Mo
it.
was like, listen to Sky. She was like, did she have a baby? How she have a baby? She gay, and then Danny look at you like, nigga, we just had two. Like, what are
Oh
you
my
talking about?
god, wasn't nothing like I legit was like, they was like, oh, she welcomed the son, blah 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 blah, and I was like, I thought she was gay. She had a baby. Like I literally said it like that, like she got a baby. I thought she was gay, and then I was like, and then Danny goes, she could be gay and have a baby, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, like me, I just had two. Like, like, oh shit, wait a minute. Shout out to Jermaine Duran to me,
That's
like.
the funniest shit ever. That's like you beating fucking Amanda.
Facts, facts. Like instantly, I was like, something wrong with me, dude. Like, I must be stopped. Like,
Oh my god.
peace, peace, peace. Welcome to the Scrap and Roll MMA podcast. I'm your host Sky. We got your host CJ. We got special guests in the house. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. T-Ball Paul. I'm pretty sure that y'all have seen him all over TikTok. I mean, at this point, and if you were watching the fan questions, what was that, 298?
298 fan Q&A for 300.
I'm just saying he might have asked about Aljamain. I don't know why he asked about Aljamain. Why did you? Let's ask this question straight off the top. Why did you ask about that song that nobody heard?
Yeah, it was a crazy day.
I mean, here you have Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway, Aljamain Sterling, and who else was up there?
Jim Miller.
Jim Miller. And you asked about Aljamain Sterling's song, which is not a bad song. I mean, and fair play. I mean, you do make music. You do have music out there, so maybe is that why you like geared towards asking him about the music?
Well, originally I had this whole thing planned out. I was gonna ask Jim Miller, since Bruce Buffer isn't introducing you as Jim fucking Miller, can I do it? And I was gonna do a whole Jim. I was gonna like do a Bruce Buffer impersonation and everything. And then I go there to line up, and the first media guy that goes before this that asks a question says, "Hey, what about Bruce Buffer introducing you as Jim fucking Miller?" And Jim Miller answers, he says, "Well, the only time to do that is at UFC 300. There's no other time that's appropriate." So I'm like, fuck. I'm going to look like an idiot if I ask to introduce you like this. So I thought up a different question on the fly, and I asked Aljo about his music career, which, in retrospect, maybe it wasn't the best question, but it was on the
I mean, it wasn't the worst, but like I legit, like when I seen you, I was like, hey. And then like when you asked about the music, I was like, no.
Hey, even if it's my first time, next time the UFC comes to Anaheim, I'll come with something better.
You got to have two questions ready to shoot.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I know Paul. Like, I talk to Paul so often, and I'm like, bro, I know Paul wanted to say something different. So when the dude jumped in front of him and said it, I know he was pissed off. If you really guys go back and watch the video, you can see Paul say, fuck.
I mean,
you can see my yellow shirt behind.
Yeah.
No.
But you know what? He might walk out to that. I mean, he say that he was gonna have another song come out or whatever. So who knows? He might walk out to a new song.
Yeah, I mean, if they're letting everyone out with floral shorts these days, they could let Aljo out with his custom song.
Yeah, I mean, technically, he walked out with Joyner Lucas for his last fight against Sean O'Malley.
How'd that work out for him?
I was about to say that.
Hey, so yeah, we'll see. Before we get to UFC 300, let's go ahead and just very quickly talk about. I mean, I know as just an MMA community fan base, we don't even want to acknowledge the last 3-4 weeks. It's been tough to just like even make it through some of these cards. But I feel like this card wasn't too bad. Like it had some fights on there that like you could actually stay awake for. Shout out to Bahamundez. How did y'all feel about the card? Like how much? Like if y'all watched it.
You want to go first, CJ?
Well, yeah. My son, he had a basketball game, and I was also watching WrestleMania. So I was doing three things at one time. So I was watching the card, not watching the card. So it's kind of hard to like score things and pay 100% full attention to the card. The early fights were some cool things happening. So like from my viewing, I think some cool stuff happened. So I'm gonna have to defer and not give a score on the card this last weekend. But I will say one of my picks won over Jace. He keeps picking these French dudes, and I keep winning. So um, when he comes in here, pause. He gonna have to explain that one. But I guess Sky said Chepe that was a robbery fight.
I wouldn't call it a robbery, but I definitely thought that Morgan won.
Okay,
It was a close fight, but like, you know,
yeah,
it is what it is.
hmm and it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Facts. What about you, Paul?
Honestly, I thought this card was one of the hardest cards to get through in recent memory. I may have started watching every single weekend, maybe like a few years ago, and like this is probably the toughest one of like the last 3 years, and it happened to be right before UFC 300. But as far as the Cherrier versus Chepe fight goes, from what I remember, I scored the first round for Cherrier because he was getting held up against the fence for most of the round, but in maybe the last 60 seconds, he landed quite a bit of damage in his stand-up exchanges. So I gave him that round. The second round was the round that all three judges scored for Cherrier, so give him that round. And, the third round could have gone either way, but let's just give it to Chepe for the hell of it. So I had it 29-28 for the Frenchman.
Yeah, so did I. The comments were going crazy about it, but I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, what are we gonna do about it?
Mm-hmm.
The Alex Hernandez versus Damon Jackson. I thought that was a close fight too. I only wanted Damon Jackson to win because I picked him. That's it. Like when they said split,
Yeah.
I was like, give it to Dame Jackson. Yeah. And then Brendan Allen versus Chris Curtis. That was another close fight. How did y'all score that?
See, that's another one too. I was at the game, and when I was watching on my phone, watching this, watching that, every time I looked up, Brendan Allen looked like he was winning. So, and then in the exchanges were good in like the striking. So when they called the split decision, I was like, all right, cool, man. He looked like he was controlling. And then I've been hearing like, oh, that's a robbery, that's a robbery, that's a robbery. I was like, hey, when I looked up, Brendan Allen was doing a great job. And like I said, I did not have 100% attention on it. Like my son's more important than UFC. But I've been hearing the robbery, and I just didn't want to go back and watch the fight because I want to put more attention onto what's coming up for this week. So I was just like, you know what? If it's a robbery, I don't care. Let's move on. We got better things to look forward to.
If it's a robbery, call your police department. What about you, Paul?
See, when I'm like really emotionally invested in a fight, it's really hard for me to score because I was really hyped for this fight. I like Brendan Allen. I like the streak he's on. So when I was watching it, I was just kind of going ooh and ah the whole time. I didn't even remember what round it was half the time. It was a really exciting fight. And then by the time the 25 minutes were over, I was like, oh shit, I gotta score this. Like I was just having fun the whole time. I wasn't keeping track of who was winning. But the basic synopsis of it was Chris Curtis, had the power. Brendan Allen came out looking sharp in round one, but that's because Chris Curtis is a slow starter. So he was styling on Curtis in that first round, but then Curtis slowly started landing to the body, landing hard shots to Brendan Allen's head, wobbled him a bit. But it was the multi-dimensional approach of Allen taking the back, threatening the takedowns, that even though he was reversed on a lot of the takedowns and reversed when he got back, it was the little bit of control time that he was able to rack up that I feel like won him this fight by a slight margin. It was a very close fight.
Okay.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I thought Brendan Allen did just enough, just like how Jace is just showing up on CP time. He's doing just enough not to get kicked off the pod.
Surprise, surprise, the king is back, motherfuckers.
Whoa, that was loud.
Where's the audio engineer?
That was loud.
That's guy.
His mic's a little hot.
Yeah. Pull your mic out.
Coming in
Paul, what's good, bro?
How's it going, brother? Nice to see you. It's been a year. This is my
What?
my annual Scrap and podcast appearance.
Hey, shout out to
I-
us for still being around a year later. How about that? Like,
Facts. Facts. I mean, what's up, T-Ball? I thought we was Gucci, bro. I still haven't got an invite on to the TikTok.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't do too much like collaborating, for lack of a better word, on TikTok. Like my videos are just informational. I just give out information. I give out news, and that's why I enjoy taking a break from that type of content to do podcast stuff like this and just have a more casual conversation rather than a scripted performance.
yeah.
Perhaps it's time to expand the horizons over there. Are you in your mom's basement? What's going on?
I'm glad. No, this is my grandparents' house. This is a 70s inspired interior design, not my doing. These panels have been here before I was born, but yeah,
You were probably born to those panels.
Hey.
Oh, God.
Pause.
Next topic.
Some siblings over there on the baseboards. Anyways, Jace.
on the couch.
Okay. All right, Jace. Just real quick, did you happen to catch the last week's, the past weekend's card? And if you did, how'd you rate it? Do you care?
I don't care. I'm ready. I'm hungry. I'm excited. Finally, we are here. We're ready for the event, the spectacle of 300. I guess I got a question for y'all. Before we watch it, before we've had, to the reaction, do you feel just on paper it's lived up to the hype?
Yes. For me, I was we were talking before we started recording, CJ and Paul and I, and we were like, well, at least I said, I feel like in the beginning people were kind of like, they were kind of just, meandering around it. But now that it's gotten here, like the excitement, first of all, they starved us for the last 3-4 weeks. We've been dying for something. And now we're here. And I feel like the people have finally come around to be like, you know what? They're seeing how stacked this card is, especially with the amount of talent that's on here. So yeah,
Yep.
I think so.
Yeah, for sure. And I hate to be that old guy again. It's like a lot of fans weren't around for 100 and 200. So they're about to get a big, big treat for this 300 card. So they were I go live and I talk with the gang and T-Ball Paul, and a lot of people are like, this card sucks. This card is this card is that. And I'm like, what else do you want? What do you want would have made it so much better? Look how many champions are on this card. Look how many names that are on this card. It's like you give somebody a little bit, they want to take a mile, bro. This card is so fire from the look at who's on the first fight.
Yeah.
Figgy and Cody Garbrandt is come on, bro. Those are free fights. It's amazing. This card is dope. I'm so excited for this. And Jay said this a couple weeks back ago, and I was talking shit to him, but I was just like, I said it in my live the other day. It kind of has a little bit of Super Bowl feel to it, a little bit. I guess to like super fans or whatever. To me, I'm like, everybody is talking about this now. So this does have a Super Bowl feel to me. Like it feels good. It feels exciting. Everybody's ready to watch it.
Yeah. It feels good.
Facts.
But it didn't feel good 4 months ago when everyone was complaining about it. Oh, Marina Rodriguez versus Jessica Andrade. It's an abomination. Kayla Harrison versus Holly Holm. Worst booking ever. It's like that energy has changed now, except for Bo Nickal. People hated it.
Yep.
And people hate it even more now that it's on the main card.
The main card, yep.
I feel a certain way about Bo Nickal. I actually enjoy him, but I'm curious to get your guys' perspective.
Like personally?
It's just whenever I see a poster of an advertisement for UFC 300, the whole comment section is, Bo doesn't belong there. Get him off of there. This card would be better if Bo wasn't on it. Is that how do you guys feel about that?
Well, before we take that on, I'd like to give my 2 cents in. So I think for me, like, yes, overall UFC 300 is crazy, right? But I think if I'm being completely honest,
what? Hold on. What did you just do right there? That was nasty. Bro, he took it all on the face. Ew.
Bro, why? Like real shit. Why do you always kink shame people?
No, I keep shaming you, nasty boy, freaky boy.
Hey, I'm a freaky boy. Slide into the DMs. You heard?
Who, me? Why are you talking to me
No,
like
ew.
Sky, get your brother.
Listen, you're not on my level.
I don't
Listen,
want to be. I
listen.
don't
You,
want
you,
to be.
you ever been at a bar or something like that, and like someone comes up to you and shoots their shot, and in your mind you're thinking like, you really think you had a chance with the chosen one, the great
That
one?
has never happened to you. Stop the cap.
That's never happened to
Hey,
you, sir.
big
Hey,
capping right here.
Mr. 5'4",
Stop
calm
it.
down. Calm
Yes,
down.
I know. It's okay. It's okay. Mr.
I
Lip Ring over here.
Hey,
Chill out,
freaky
brother.
boy. Me say rude boy, freaky boy.
When did you get the lip ring?
Years
Like,
ago.
yeah,
Because
years ago.
I noticed it on the cartoon. I think last year when I was here, your lips on the cartoon didn't have any.
But why you saying on my lips? Wait a goddamn second. Why you keep saying on my lips, bro?
Either way, go on about your 300 thoughts.
Yeah, I think overall for me, yes, it is great. I'm not gonna do that, but I think like we are still salivating, because we were teased for so long with that caveat. I think because we all expected to have that Conor on the card, we all expected to have that Jones on the card, and then when we didn't get that, it left a little bit more to be desired. And again, yes, we are fans, and we want to see the most stacked stuff possible. And don't get me wrong, I'm ecstatic, right? On paper, this is like 9 out of 10 on paper, but it's just missing that woo, because the closest thing that got it is the execution of Max Holloway for the BMF.
Yeah. So, anyways, I think that I think a lot. The last blow was probably Alex Pereira versus Jamahal Hill. Like people were kind of just like, that's the main event. But as we get closer, it is what it is. Like I'm excited for it now. When they first announced it, I wasn't because I'm like, I seen somebody post. Go ahead, Jace.
I was gonna say, speaking of Pereira, can you bring up their shorts for the fight
Yeah, I'll
and
bring it
show
up.
the people? Because
Yeah,
that's
yeah, I'll
fucking
bring it up.
sick.
Yeah,
That's
I'll bring
sick.
it up. But I think that as we get closer to it, I'm excited to see it. I think like I seen like a post that was like, even if it was Chandler versus like McGregor, like when we look at the records, they're losers. I mean, they actually are losers. Chandler's coming off a loss, McGregor's coming off a loss. Uh, and sure we would have been hyped for it because it's Conor McGregor, but at the end of the day, like these men who are in the main event, they're champions. They're on winning streaks, and there's a lot there to just like boast about with their records. As opposed to just being like, oh, we want to see washed up ass Conor. How old is Conor? Like 37, 36, somewhere
No,
around there. How old
I'm
is he?
probably 34,
36,
35.
Probably 35, but
35, yeah.
is that people don't understand the economics of it. If you put Chandler and Conor on the card, more than likely the rest of the card is going to be probably pretty mid.
Yeah.
I mean, when was the last time Conor was on a stacked? Maybe UFC 205 was the last time Conor was on a stacked card, because they blow their wad paying Conor and they can't, exactly. And imagine if you had Conor and John Jones on the same card. The rest of the card would be Apex Vegas 49. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm very pleased with the no superstars, but tons of stars on this upcoming UFC 300 card.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Yeah.
upset with it. I just, this is supposed to be the creme de la creme. This is a once every 4 to 5 year thing. This is supposed to be Christmas.
But let's look back. Look
Is
who the
Conor
headliner for
a-
UFC 200 was.
Yeah, Nunes
Misha
versus
Tate versus Amanda Nunes.
yeah.
So where's
I-
the outrage for that? Go back and look at UFC 100. It was Brock versus Frank Mir. But there was a
that's as big
fight
as it
right.
gets.
Hold on, but there was a fight right after that didn't even really headline the fucking card.
Yeah, that was a swing bout, but
Yeah,
Exactly. But if you're watching it, you're like, damn, there's another fight after that. So it brings down the umph to it. And the card wasn't that amazing as well, too.
well, the card
So
for itself
everybody.
is whatever. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say. So I mean, let me retort these things that you just said. Number one, Brock was the biggest thing in mixed martial arts at the time. You know what I mean? Like that was the cash cow. That was that dude. You know what I mean? And then we also got to remember during 200, right? Like that was during like the woman uprising of like the world.
No, that was supposed to be John Jones. Supposed to have been fighting.
No, but I'm just saying in general, like that at that time, that was the woman uprising of the world. Like that's when, you know, the Not Me movement, all this stuff was just like hitting, you know, like heights.
So you were excited for that card or no? For that fight?
I definitely was.
Oh, so
But
why you don't keep that same energy for women's fight now?
I do when it's worth my
You
energy.
do not. You do not.
When it's worth my energy.
So you were excited for Amanda Nunes versus Miesha Tate?
100%.
Stop the cat, bro. You just be on here lying for no
That's not
reason,
true.
bro.
Hey, wait a
Come
goddamn
on,
second.
man.
Wait a goddamn second. Sky can attest to this, and because you know she throws me on the bus whenever she can. I'm fucking. I've been balls deep in Amanda Nunes.
Whoa.
Literally. No. You know what I mean? Like when she was fighting Cyborg, and me and Sky talked about that fight every single day for like 3 weeks upcoming.
Oh God.
Facts or not, Sky?
We were terrified.
Terrified she was gonna get slept.
Who, Amanda was gonna get slept?
Yeah.
Yes, because you got to remember during this time, Amanda was the 135. For y'all who don't know, Amanda was the 135 champion. She'd already established herself as a GOAT. She really had nothing to prove to go up to 145. And she called out Chris Cyborg. Chris Cyborg was the boogie woman coming out, finally making it into the UFC on a 10-year unbeaten streak. She was this monster. And we're like, why is Amanda taking this risk and going up to fight Cyborg? She doesn't have to do it. She's about to get starched. And for that to get reversed and within 45 seconds, knock her out, losing my mind. I cried. When she ran with both the belts, I mean, the feels. That's why I thought that it would have been amazing if Amanda had not retired, for her to be on this card against Kayla Harrison for UFC 300. That just would have been fire because she got her 135 belt at UFC 200. So to come back around at UFC 300 against Kayla, her former teammate, which was the reason why she ended up leaving ATT, and beating her. Oh my God! Stop it! Double champ forever. And don't get us started about it. Let's see if we can take a look at these shorts real fast. So yeah, Alex has the shorts on. He will be rocking the shorts. I think it looks fire.
I think his shorts look incredible.
Yeah. Those are his shorts. And then let's take a look at Zhang Weili's shorts.
Meh.
No, see, I think they should have did this with Max, and it should have been like, instead of like the dragon, it should have been.
Can you bring the ones that you've been showing me, Sky?
Yeah, I'm
those are fire. I like those ones a lot.
Yeah, those would have been fire.
The red floral ones for Max Holloway?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that on the internet.
Those
look pretty sick.
Yeah, those would have been fire. Here goes Max's. I don't like the red, white, and blue, but I guess that's what he wanted. He helped design it, so it is what it is.
It looks like a rocket pop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Whoa, rocket pop.
Hey, yo, chill, T-ball.
They don't call him T-ball for a reason.
Yeah, and then we have you're wild. And then we have what's it called?
D's.
Justin Gaethje has his, and it has the
it's like have like American flag and stuff on it.
You won't even be able to tell Justin's are anything special from the distance. Like it would just blend in and look like a regular Black Venom shorts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But let's take a look at the card.
It's cool up close.
Yeah. Let's take
I don't want to get that close.
Let's take an actual look at the card, because it is a monster card. I mean, this is the card you're 100%. You're watching from fight number one. And if you're in the building, you need to be there for fight number one. No lollygagging.
Early.
Yeah. Like if Vegas, my problem is that like, because Vegas gets so many fight cards, that like typically you'll see the Vegas cards don't really fill up until like right before the main event. But all over the world, like you'll see most people get there early. I wonder if the Vegas crowds are actually going to show up for the first fight.
For this card, I think so.
Yeah, I was gonna say that because those two kind of deserve it. Like, go out there and support those guys. Those dudes are dope. So hopefully they do go out there early. But one thing for the fights, the both fights me and you were at, Sky, I feel like they kind of those crowds were dope. They were there early for those two
Yeah,
fights. So I feel like they're gonna get in there early in this fight card.
yeah.
Because if you don't, you're gonna miss some dope ass fights on the prelims. That's crazy if you miss that.
I mean, if you paid what you paid for them tickets and you don't get there for the first fight, let me have your bank account number.
Hey, good
You
luck to
got
you,
money to
brother.
spend. You got money to blow.
For
you know.
reals.
Let's talk about the first fight. These are two of Jace's all-time favorites: Deiveson Figueiredo versus Cody No Love Garbrandt. I mean,
Hold
that's
on.
how.
Let's save it last for Jace because I know he's struggling for with this one, man. I know I know he's struggling.
Hey,
You know what?
this is equivalent to Alexa Grasso versus Shevchenko
Yeah.
for CJ.
No, you got to make a pick on this one. You got to because I'm interested on how you feeling on this one.
Are we making
For
picks for
me,
the whole card, like he said last year?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we gotta go from the top to the bottom because this card is like Lord.
Lord
Most
have
of my
mercy.
picks, most of my or all of my picks are gonna be heart picks and who I want to win. I don't know, like I always say on my lives, I don't know who's gonna win. But for this one, man, I'm going for no love. I want no love to win because it's always what it is. FFF forever. If you've been around the pod, you know what that is. Shout out to Moreno gang. T-Ball Paul, what you feeling on this one?
You know, I think the strength of schedule really favors Davison Figueiredo.
Hmm.
People want storybook ending for Cody Garbrandt's career, make a comeback and win the championship, but I don't think that's likely. His last fight was against Brian Kelleher, and the dude he fought before that, I can't recall his name, so that should tell you that the level
Was
of
it Trevin or something like that?
Yeah, Trevin Giles.
no Trevin Giles is
Trevin Jones.
No, Jones. Yeah.
Trevin Jones, right?
so and Davis Rob Font. I mean, Davison looked really good against a ranked bantamweight, and Cody hasn't looked good against a ranked bantamweight in this decade. So I'm gonna have to go with Davison Figueredo on this one.
Yeah, I respect it. I definitely respect that.
I'm typically FFF forever, but it's hard to go against Figgy when I'm looking at Cody Garbrandt's chin.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest, like that chin, dun-na-na, you know what I mean? Hey, what did Sean O'Malley say? Like you're one knockout away from being
An analyst.
ESPN analyst.
Wild.
But that was
Wild.
accurate. He went out there and got knocked out too.
That was
You
O'Malley's
know,
best line.
facts. His only really good line, like
Yeah, sound
So with that being said, I gotta go Figgy, just based off the power.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? I just look at the ages. It feels like Cody been around so much longer, which he
He's
has,
only
and he's
32.
only 32 years old, and Figgy's
Mhm.
36 right now.
Yeah.
Cody been around since he was a pup.
He blew
So
his
I don't.
chin at a young age.
Oh
Hey yo,
God.
hey yo.
I didn't know that he was a part of the Catholic Church.
Hey man, he was down there. He was down there with Jeff Molina. You know
oh,
giving that head movement.
that head movement. A1.
oh,
Hold my pocket.
Shout out to Jeff Molina. All right,
That
Jace.
that Catholic one got T-ball, huh? He's having flashbacks. Shit, man. Listen, y'all know me on the pod. Y'all know that I fuck with both of these dudes heavy. I really don't want to pick. I really want to abstain, but I'm not going to. But now, CJ, I never want to hear you fucking abstain again, CJ. Ever. Fuck, man. Cody needs this shit, dude. Like, Cody needs this. But I think Figgy gets it done. I think Figgy gets it done. And I think Figgy's gonna rock him and then sub him.
Oh, sub him.
Okay.
club and sub.
Club and sub.
Hey, I like that. That's dope.
Classic.
Um,
Rear naked choke.
and even though Damien's not here, he did send his picks, and he has Figgy as well.
Smart man.
Yeah.
Buster.
And one thing just to point out, we're opening up UFC 300 with two former bantamweight champions. Like, let's stop playing. It's absolutely amazing. Then we move on to Bobby King Green versus Jim fucking Miller. which is a fight that's been scheduled 1,000 times. Looking like this is the fourth time. Hopefully, it goes through. Jim's been wanting to be on 300. Obviously, everyone knew for a long time. And hopefully, everything's good with Bobby's weight cut. He doesn't have like any. I think the last time they scheduled it, he made weight, and then like he had some kidney issues. Um, and the fight was canceled, which would suck if Bobby got sick again, and then they had to cancel this after Jim's been waiting. Jim's been wanting to be on this card.
Oh man, for real though.
Ah
Yeah.
man, knock on wood. Who y'all got in this fight? I'm gonna go ahead and let you know. All day I'm going with Bobby Green.
All right. I mean, I think Bobby Green, even though a lot of Bobby Green fans were afraid about his last performance and how many unanswered shots he took, I still think
Hey, he gotta pay. He gotta pay his debts to the ref, man. Before you fight, you gotta pay those debts.
Yeah, right. But I think Bobby Green has a few more great performances in him, and really what this fight comes down to for me is the speed. I don't think Jim Miller's speed is going to be able to touch Bobby Green and his dancing and his head movement, and Jim Miller doesn't really have the style to put away a guy like Bobby Green. So I think Bobby Green's going to style on the old rickety Jim Miller on this one.
Rickety. Hey Jim been looking good his past couple fights though.
He looks rickety, like a wooden roller coaster. It's good, but it's a little rickety.
You feel every little crack and creak and everything in there.
Ghost Rider, if you've been on it.
Hey, Ghost Rider is so dope at Knott's Berry Farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what is that? Colossus at
Twisted Colossus is fire too.
Oh god, yeah.
But y'all know me, man. It's green season every day, all day, 3 times on Sunday. And I love Jim Miller as well. He's an OG. And shout out to him for being on 100, 200, and 300. But I'm going with King Bobby Green.
Damien
getting the decision.
Damien's going with Green as well. Jace.
Oh God, we can't be unanimous. Fuck it, I'm going with Jim fucking Miller just because of that.
No way.
I'm going with Jim fucking Miller. I'm sorry you didn't hear me. You didn't hear me.
That's crazy.
How does Jim Miller win, Jace?
Sub.
Okay.
Sub. He survives.
Hey, 2 subs back to back.
He survives the first round, and Bobby just his gas tank depletes him, and Jim Miller gets it done.
Bobby's gas tank ain't going nowhere. Yeah, you don't even agree with yourself. Let's move on to the next fight. Jessica Andrade taking on Rodriguez.
I'll go first. First of all, I don't care. Secondly, I'll just pick Andrade.
Hater in the house. I mean, I'm definitely going Jessica Andrade, spamming the hooks as usual.
Yeah.
And she looked good against what's her name?
Dern
in her last fight.
Who doesn't look good against Mackenzie Dern?
Doesn't everyone look good against Dern?
Angela Hill.
And that's my girl.
And we're not finna disrespect that black queen out here. No, we're not finna do that.
Next week, I think.
No, in May. I just see the post from her.
Okay.
Yeah,
shout out to her. She fights all the time.
All the time.
All the time. For real, she got to get paid. And shout out to her. She's a cool ass person. I'm going Andrade, the female Vanderlei Silva.
Facts.
A triple weight division fighter, fights anybody, anytime. You need a fight. Hey, Jessica Andrade, pull up. Let's go. I'm going her.
I don't know. Telling Jessica Andrade to pull up is crazy. Go ahead.
At least it's a girl. It's a girl.
Facts.
A girl.
Facts. Unlike Damien that one time, I don't know what was going on with him.
Bruh, oh my God.
He wanted to fuck me. He wanted to fuck me.
Hey, you, Jared Cannonier, Kamaru Usman. I was like, brother,
I'm sexy. I can't help it.
He's tripping. Brother said, Jared Cannonier, call me.
Red box wine, Damien, boy.
Go ahead, Paul. Who you got, Jessica or Rodriguez?
No, I've seen a Marina Rodriguez fight before, but I can't say I've remembered a Marina Rodriguez fight. But I've seen Jessica Andrade fight, and I remember her performances, so I'm going to go with her.
All right.
Respect.
Jalin Turner taking on Money Moicano. Who you got?
Ooh.
I'll go. I think. Yeah, I'll go. I think Jalin gets him out of there. Second round TKO. Yeah, he
I'm gonna
about to do
touch and agree.
Moicano bad. He about to do Moicano bad. I wasn't impressed how Moicano, and I like Moicano. I didn't like the way he looked his last fight. He looked sloppy. He didn't want to mix it up with Drew Dober. You know, he was just laying and praying most of the time. He got beat up that fight. Also, he was all
He
messed up.
did.
Yeah,
Who
and I
won?
feel like Jalen's on the upswing.
Who won?
Didn't I just say he won the fight against Drew Dober?
I just want to emphasize that.
This
I'm
clown.
not
Who is
discrediting
this
them.
dude?
So you not don't start with me right now because we can go back to last week when when I made a pick and your pick was wrong.
Who won? Okay. All right.
Hey,
Okay.
Chepe
All
won
right.
last week
All
though.
right.
Let's go back.
All
You
right.
wasn't here for that. Who
All
won
right.
last week, Chepe
I don't even
or the
know.
Frenchman?
I don't even
Exactly.
know.
You be picking these French people and they be losing.
Vive la France.
Yeah.
Comment
All right.
allez-vous?
Who you got?
Hey, yo, and
Moicano or Jalen?
the one time he don't pick the French person, they end up winning. Look at him.
Facts.
I'll keep it quick. In the words of my guy Jerry Maguire, show me the money. Money Moicano, baby. Let's go.
All right. What about you, Paul?
I think at 6'3" in the lightweight division, Jalen Turner is only gonna be able to lose to the elite of that division, and I just don't see Moicano as the elite of lightweight anymore. So I think Turner, he could get him out of there in the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm picking
Just
Jalen.
sniping him.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be honest, real quick about Turner. I just feel like he's that guy at the basketball courts, right? Everybody know pickup basketball is the most prejudiced thing on earth. There's more prejudice than me being in fucking Kentucky. There's nothing more prejudice in the world than you showing up to a random ass court and looking around going height, weight, shoes, outfit. Okay, yeah. I got the 6'3" nigga. Yeah. It's straight trash. And not that Jalen Turner's trash because he's not, right? The thing is about it, like he checks every single box when you see him, when you see his physique, his skills, but for some strange reason, it just doesn't really, for me, like there's where I think he is, right, and I think where he should be, and that was my whole point about Jalen Turner, and
Yes,
like,
it's funny.
Yeah.
yeah,
You
He'll get
said that you said that last time, and you're like, oh, he's a goofy, he a this, he a that, and he smoked Bobby, bro,
it's
like
Bobby
a pack
Green.
of cools. So
oh,
what? So
rough.
what? Don't put no
But
caveats, bro. He smoked him like a pack of cools on a short notice fight.
Yeah.
When he fought Dan Hooker, like that fight was amazing. And me and Scott keep going back and forth, like, bro, he kind of won that too. He's like not no scrub.
yeah.
The fight with Gamrot.
He won
Gamrot
that. He
couldn't,
won
yeah,
Gamrot.
like
He
I
he
don't think
beat
I don't think he's
Hooker.
a scrub. I don't think he's a scrub. I just think that there are levels that I think he should be at. That's
Oh,
it.
so you know about levels then when it comes to BSD, huh?
Imagine,
bro. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hey.
But who won though?
Hey, T-Ball, quick. Did you take BSD or Poirier?
Well, full disclosure, I didn't make an official pick anywhere on the internet for that fight, but
But
honor system, I was picking BSD.
fair.
Yeah, two niggas could be wrong at the same time. It's okay.
Stop it.
T-Ball, my
And
ninja.
that's my boy. Hey, he
Um,
2% Jamaican, baby. He can let it fly.
Yeah, just
Rude boy.
Damien did have Jalen Turner and Jessica Andrade. Did we get your pick, Paul, on this one? Yeah, you went with Jalen, right?
yeah, I went with Turner.
Okay.
And
All right.
then kind of what CJ said earlier. Yeah, I'm picking about necessarily like who I fuck with. Y'all know I'm a Money Mikado guy. I ride that nigga. Fast forward.
Whoa, that's crazy.
That's nasty.
Yeah, let's move on to Sodiq versus Diego Lopez.
Go ahead, CJ. Go Team
I'm gonna go
Nigeria.
first. I'm super interested in this fight too, man. I like both these guys. Sadiq's super athletic. He hits hard, but I'm gonna go Diego Lopez. I just like seeing his stock rise. Hey,
And he's saying you ain't betting black.
brother fights out of Mexico. Viva la raza, baby.
Hey,
Hey, he's with Team Grasso. He's with the raza, so he's part of me, baby. Yeah, Diego Lopez. He's a bigger fighter. Pause. So I think he's gonna. I think it might go decision. I'm gonna go decision.
Hey, I'm going second round sub Diego Lopez.
I'll rock with it.
Yeah.
I'm going Diego Lopez. I just fuck with this dude's energy and his aura. You know,
You like the emo look like yourself, huh?
listen, emo was not a phase. Stop playing with me.
It's a lifetime choice.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
Uh
I think it was Israel Adesanya that said it. He said something along the lines of momentum is, a scary thing, and I just feel so much momentum coming from, the Diego Lopez right now. So I think that he'll keep this going, and I don't know how he beats Sodiq Yusuff, but this could be like an Izzy versus Brunson moment where Diego dials on Sodiq, and there's a new perro in the yard.
Orale.
yeah.
Damn, and this is the regular prelims right there too, huh?
Yeah. And
Crazy.
then so Damian went with Sadiq. We have Holly Holm taking on Kayla Harrison. I ain't gonna lie. At first, I was like 100% Kayla, right? And then I seen something where somebody was talking about how they felt like this was gonna be like Ronda Rousey versus Holly Holm once again, like over again,
Oh,
as far
that'd be
as like the
that'd be
judo
dope.
versus the kickboxer slash boxer, and how Holly got Ronda up out of there. And the more I think about it, my last image of Kayla, I'm not talking about her Aspen Lab fight because that was trash, but her against Larissa Pacheco, she looked crazy out there. Like Larissa was styling on her out there. And I wonder how she's going to do with the striking. But at the same time, when I really think about it, when I look at Holly Holm, I'm like, maybe if this had been Holly Holm 3-4 years ago, Kayla, she'd have a better chance. But like at the end of the day, I feel like I have to end up still sticking with Kayla Harrison.
Mm-hmm. What you feel, Paul?
I mean, I think Larissa Pacheco in the current form she's in is one of the best female fighters in the world. So having her style on you at 155, I don't think is the end of the world. However, in Holly Holm's case, I feel like for the last 5 fights I've watched her, there's been no pop behind her punches. Her leg kicks just aren't, or sorry, her head kicks just aren't snapping back like usual. And I think Kayla Harris, if she can make weight, if she looks good on the scale, will judo throw Holly Holm and submit her in the second round.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I think I'm going Kayla Harrison by a boring decision where she's like Paul's grinding her up against the cage, getting a takedown, and it's just uneventful. She ends up winning like 30-27, maybe 29-28, but I don't think it's gonna be as fun. If Holly can pull off some old school Holly and bust a Ronda Rousey out, that'd be super dope to me because that's one of my favorite fights ever. And I would like to see something like that happen because I don't rock with Kayla Harrison like that. But I think she's just gonna be too big and too strong for Holly.
Pause.
Why is that a pause? Those are
I guess so.
females.
Yeah.
Why
It'll
you?
be interesting to see what happens between Kayla. What about you, Jace? Who you going with?
Did y'all hear that?
No.
That's my cat. Oh, I don't know if you heard something else.
Upset special. Upset special. Take it to the house. I'm taking Holly home to get it done. Every single time we count Holly home out, she gets it fucking done. She like, what is she known for? Derailing hype trains. I think Kayla Harrison is going to severely struggle with the weight cut. I think 135 is crazy, right? That's like asking John Jones to go fight at 185 right now. It just doesn't make any sense. That's like asking Kamar Usman to go fight Cody Garbrandt. It just doesn't make any sense. I just think
Whoa.
I just think it's going to take such a toll on her.
I'm the captain now.
Shout out to my Somali brothers and sisters. Nah, not really, man. Listen, I grew up in San Diego fighting against, was it RTS? Rough
Rough
Somalians?
tough Somalians is
Bruh.
crazy.
Bro, I had to like work on myself and my heart about that for so many years because I had my feelings towards Somalians
Man, I
for a
know.
long ass time. No cap. But yeah, I don't know. Something it's kind of like what Sky alluded to. Something's just telling me, you know what? Holly Holm's gonna get it done. I don't know how. Probably a boring ass decision. But I don't know. I think she's gonna
You
get it
think
done.
she just like outpoints her? Because I
I
don't
think
know.
she
Like if it
outpoints her.
comes to like grappling, just because you know Holly be like that. The karate kicks and like moving around a lot. She be doing that shit all the time. Yeah,
Hey,
that's an interesting fight.
real quick, shout out to oh
Jace.
shit, I just forgot her name. Lorosenko. Lorosenko, I can't remember where I seen her talking about it, but she was talking about how when Kayla was in Invicta, maybe it was Invicta, it might have been something else, but when she was allowed to use elbows, how she was just
Oh
nasty
yeah,
and vicious with the elbows. Y'all got to remember, in the PFL, she wasn't able to use them because it was a tournament style. So at least now, like when she gets to the takedown, it doesn't have to be like no pitter patter. It can be some nasty, elbows and a clinch, all kind of nastiness. So we'll see what happens there. The weight cut is definitely a factor, but I think also
definitely.
we're talking about a two-time Olympic champion. We're talking about like an ultimate professional. She's gonna make the weight. How she feels and how she looks after it. I mean, I just seen some pictures of her. She looks like she's doing all right. She looks pretty small. So we'll see what happens. This next upcoming fight, when I was looking at this whole card, Calvin Kattar versus Aljamain Sterling, this is the toughest fight for me to pick personally. I'm having the toughest time, and this is like one of the fights that I'm most interested in for some reason. All the other fights I'm like excited about, but something about Aljo going up to 145 against Calvin Kattar, there's so many elements of surprise there that like I'm really excited for it.
We on the same page.
Yeah.
How you feel, Paul?
I thought this one was the toughest one to pick too because you never know what it's going to be when someone moves up a division. But the one thing I could say about Aljamain Sterling is that I feel he's good at resetting. When he was knocked out by Marlon Moraes back in the day, he went on that 7-6 fight win streak and just got knocked out by Sean O'Malley. So he's having a little reset. He's moving up. All the pressure of being champion isn't on him anymore. I think he can perform very well on the prelims of a big card. I think this is the right place for him in his career. And Kattar, I was just listening to an interview with him on Helwani earlier today, and it seems like he's still suffering some trouble from the injury he had in his fight with Arnold Allen. So Aljamain has a surgically repaired neck, and Kattar's still battling injuries. So I'm gonna have to go with the Jamaican on this one. My Jamaican brother.
Hey.
What is Calvin Kattar? He tore his ACL or something like that.
I think he tore his labia.
Damn, someone was just busting it down. Yeah, just like you got. Or how you feel, Jace? I know, bro hates Aljo, so.
Hey, that's facts, bro. Can't stand that fucking peon, dude. No cap.
You don't
Guy's
even
the
know
worst.
why. Why? Because he beat your boy? He smashed your boy?
Bruh, he did not.
Because he dominated him?
Stop it.
Sky hit him with the line. Sky hit him with the line.
Who won?
Stop it. Stop it.
But who won?
Stop it. Stop it.
Go ahead, Jace.
That's the worst ever, man.
Or Jan.
Yeah, they're talking about Jan. Because they know I fuck with Petter Jan heavy.
Yeah,
you know what? I don't mean to piggyback any of y'all because usually I'm the one that's right. But yeah, I really sincerely believe that I'm most intrigued about this. Not most excited, but most intrigued about this than any other fight on the card. I ain't going cat, bro. Y'all know I ain't fucking picking Sterling. Let's go, Calvin Kattar. Go ahead and dust this motherfucker up, bro.
And just like everybody else said, I've been saying this for a long. Oh, go ahead, Jace. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, sorry, just to go back a little bit. It's interesting. I think that you were talking about that, or maybe it's T-ball pressure. I was
Yep.
listening to GSP on Cejudo and
Kamaru.
Kamaru's podcast and was talking about how it is to deal with the pressure, and I know this because unlike CJ, I grew up a basketball player, you know what I'm saying, and there is always that guy who in practice just koosh, 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 and then get into the game and it's like, God damn, dog, like damn, the hoop's that way, and GSP podcast, he was talking about how, in their training room, there's always that one guy who looks phenomenal in training, but when it comes to the bright lights, and shout out to David Bowie, being under pressure, they just can't step up.
Yeah, practice heroes. Yeah, you're right. I ain't a basketball player, and I understand how the pressure could be crazy. It's like the game time. You at the free throw line, and you by yourself. That's crazy. I play football. You got 11 other people on the field, so it's not the same. That's a whole
You
lot
play
of pressure.
football?
I'll
Sorry.
bang you out.
Whoa.
Hey, what Mike
Calm down,
Tyson say?
Damien.
What Mike Tyson say?
I'll fuck you till you love me.
Oh
Ew, you're
God.
nasty. Ew.
That's what he said. That's verbatim. What
You
he
didn't have
said.
to say it,
Do
freaky
you love
boy.
me, white boy?
I'll
Ew,
fuck you
you're
till
nasty.
you love.
Oh my
That
God!
is-
Can we just pause and just hope that the crazy part of Mike Tyson's brain comes on during these press conferences against Jake Paul, and we just start getting some crazy Mike Tyson one-liners? Wouldn't that just because I don't want to see the fight, but I want to see Mike Tyson just be a psycho for a little bit. Just
The
let
old
the
Mike
crazy
Tyson.
back out the bag a little bit.
For sure.
Real quick, to wrap up, Calvin and Aljo, I didn't put a pick. Damian went with Calvin. I'm gonna go with something's telling me to go with Aljo. I'm a little afraid as far as Calvin just piecing him up. If Sean, yeah, but I'm gonna go with Aljo. But I feel like there's a big opportunity there for Calvin
Yeah.
to piece him up.
Yeah, that's what I said too. I'm super intrigued about this fight. Aljo gets in there, he gets goofy when it comes to the striking.
Mm-hmm.
He gets weird. He be falling down all over the place. I was gonna go Calvin, and I still have a sneaky feeling that he's gonna end up winning, but I'm gonna go Aljo winning a decision, 2-1.
Yeah, if you run in a parlay, leave this off. Leave this fight off. Yeah. Yuri Prochazka taking on Aleksandar Rakic, who's coming off. How long has it been? 2 years?
It's been a while.
May
Yeah.
of 2022, I think. Was
Yeah.
last. He got himself injured versus Blachowicz.
Yeah.
I was gonna say his last fight was against Jan, right?
Mm-hmm. In the Apex. Real quick, who y'all got on this? I'm going Yuri.
I'm going Yuri.
I'm going Yuri too. It's a little bit more dynamic.
I mean, I think Yuri is still one of the best light heavyweights in the world, and if that fight versus Pereira wasn't stopped as early as it was, then maybe Yuri's headlining UFC 300. Who knows? But I still have a lot of faith in Yuri and his antenna. So
That's great. I actually just rewatched that the other day, the Yuri and Pereira rematch. It was on YouTube. Watched it. I don't want to say 1 or 2 days ago. Yeah.
What did you think of the stoppage? Watching it back for the second time.
It was a great stoppage. She saved his life.
Okay.
Please. You. I know you didn't see the pot after the fight because we literally all got into it.
Okay, well, I'm not going to open up that can of worms again.
Yes,
I got into it with some people too.
Hey, yeah, T-Ball Paul got a little bit of heat on that one.
Did you? What'd you say?
Well, I just in my post-fight instant reaction that I always do, I panned the stoppage, and I think every Poeton fan in California just came and just
Head on a swivel, my guy. Head on a swivel.
Seriously, right?
Facts. Real quick, Bo Nickal taking on Cody Garbrandt. I'm going Bo.
Bo knows.
I got Bo Nicholas.
You know what? I just want to be on record somewhere on the internet saying I picked Cody Brundage. Just in case it happens, you could always play back.
Flip it.
You can be that guy.
Hey, clip it, respect it.
I picked Cody Brundage.
I will say that I'm going to throw a 5-piece on Cody.
I was gonna say that because
I'm gonna
what's the
throw a five
odds? It's
piece.
crazy, ain't it?
$5.
Five piece.
Yeah,
$5 for a
he's a
TKO specifically.
I think
Yeah.
Second round.
he's plus
Probably.
1100. It says right there. Wow.
yeah 1100.
Yeah, but that's
Yep.
for him to win. So I don't know how much you know about
The
betting,
multiplier.
but like when you get into specifics, right? Like you can get a higher number.
Yeah.
And then when you
Yeah.
get into round, you get a higher number. Then if you get into the minute, you get a higher number. Then
Cody
you
by
start hitting that.
Cody by third round doctor stoppage.
Dr.
Crazy.
Stoppage.
That would be probably like plus like 5,000.
Put a 5 piece on that.
Yo, I'm trying to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Daddy need a new pair of shoes. Hey, yo, let's go.
Damien also went with Bo Nickel. Let's get into the meat and fucking potatoes. 'Cause now we getting to the point to where the sweat starts coming. You know, you
Oh
start
my
sitting. I
God.
don't know if y'all like me, but you start shaking. You know, you start like pacing around. If you're drinking, you know, this is where you need to hurry up and go and get like another drink. Like it's time. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Like
stress levels is up here now.
stress levels going through the roof. You know what I mean? You're hoping that you're not around somebody that's going for the ops. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my
Because now
God.
you almost ready to fight somebody. Charles Oliveira taking on Arman Tsarukyan.
Real fast before we jump into this, I 100% agree with what you said. And it's like low key, like fuck the UFC for putting fights together for besides probably Armin, like people who just have like massive like fan bases, just massive fan bases going against each other.
Yeah, we don't deserve this.
Armin,
Yeah.
Armin has a pretty big fan base, believe it or not. It's low key big.
Does
I don't
he?
know him like that, but cool.
Yeah.
'Cause he's one of the few Armenian fighters, so
Hey, it's always gonna be up for me with Armin. The way that he came at Bobby and the way that he was acting like a fucking clown afterwards, and all them statements that he made about like, oh, I wish that it would have went on longer, blah 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 blah. I didn't like that. One thing I do like about Armin, he has probably the best hair in the UFC. His hair
You
is
always talk about his
gorgeous.
hair.
I do because his hair is gorgeous. Like it is thick, it is gorgeous. Hey, real
I've been
quick,
told
shout
that
out.
before.
Shut up. Damon Jackson, your boy must have went to Turkey. Real
yeah.
quick, y'all know he's
Oh,
had
he
that
got the
terrible
plugs?
hairline. Yeah, he looked
The
crazy.
Turkish
Damon looked,
hairline.
yeah, man. Shout out to him. But back to Armin versus Charles. I'm going Charles Oliveira all day, every day. Let's get it. Who you got, CJ?
How?
Submission.
From now on, we pick how.
Submission.
Heard.
Third round.
I got Charlie Olive, second round submission. Let's go, do Bronx.
What you got, T?
Damien has Tsarukyan.
What do you say? He just picked Damien. I mean, he just picked Armand.
Yeah, I don't have his reasoning. That's just
What you got, TBP?
You know, I kind of see this matchup going very similarly to Chandler versus Oliveira in that Tsarukyan will probably threaten the wrestling early, but the height difference is very comparable. And we have seen Tsarukyan wobble before against Joaquim Silva, who, all due respect to him, is not a top 15 talent. And Oliveira can find the button, so I think Oliveira by left hook, very similar to the one he landed on Chandler, and he gets the Armenian kid out of there.
It's weird that you say all due respect and then take a shit in his mouth. But
Ew.
two girls, one cup.
hey, that video
Bruh.
was
That
iconic
broke the
for a
internet.
generation.
Broke the internet.
That's facts.
Don't Google it.
Last story. Keep it quick because I know we're running on time. Hey, TBP, I feel you. I got Charles by TKO.
TKO, nice.
So we all going Charles except for Damien.
Would it be different?
Does real quick, yes or no? Does the person that wins this fight your boy, the champion, Islam
Next?
Makhachev next?
No.
No, I don't think it's enough time.
They're giving it to Poirier.
Right.
They gotta give it to the company man, Poirier. Like
They
God.
shouldn't, but
And,
they're
and,
going to.
when Poirier loses his fight again, get him the fuck out of here. Like, keep him on the roster for sure, but go to 170, go do something else. Like, you cannot keep getting recycled in here. But let's move on
He got to get out that top 5 for real
You
though.
gotta get out. My God. The fight that I never wanted to see, but is
All right,
here.
who you going with on this one?
I mean, it's so hard.
Whoa! Is that next? Where's the All China affairs above them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's an actual Chinese.
that's
I
a
mean, it's an
undisputed fight.
actual championship fight. China.
It's an actual Chinese fight.
Really? I'd have never
You gotta
guessed.
say China. You
China.
gotta say it like your boy Trump. China.
Oh God.
That fucking clown. Who knows? He might be in the building. I'm so
Yeah.
sick of seeing him walk out. Okay, anyways, I ain't gonna go on that rant. Justin Gaethje taking on Max plus Holloway. Who do you guys have?
TBP.
Oh, I gotta go first on this one. This fight is actually the hardest one for me to call.
Well, wait. Is that because of emotions or actual, like, you don't know who's gonna win?
Honestly, it's a combination of both because I was seeing pictures of Max Holloway in the build-up to this fight. He was looking buff. He was looking solid. And then, like, I saw some clip somewhere today, like, he was kind of looking, like, under the weather in his interviews. And I don't know if he's going through a bad weight cut or something, but that gives me a little bit of concern. Meanwhile, Gaethje's, like, very relaxed and having fun and just being his normal self. So even though I am on the Scrap and Roll podcast where Max Holloway is blessed here, no pun intended, I have to go with Justin Gaethje on this one.
How?
I don't think he knocks Max out. I mean, who's going to be able to knock Max out? It's just going to be five. It's probably going to be very similar to Poirier versus Holloway in that Max will get off a lot of good combinations, won't be able to put Justin away. Justin will land hard shots where the whole crowd goes, "Oh, how did he take that?" But Max will still be standing, and it'll most likely be a decision in Gaethje's favor.
I used to think certain people couldn't get knocked out, and then I saw John Jones in DC too.
Why would you think that DC couldn't be knocked out?
I mean, Francis
Because DC took some big fucking shots.
He was also an older man.
There's no shade. I'm just telling you.
No, I mean, it was just such an interesting person that you would use DC of all people, of all chins to be tested, that it would be DC. That I just wanted to know why DC was the guy.
For sure. Well, I mean, I won't say obviously. I mean, for me, because he came up from light heavyweight, was fighting some of those heavy hitters. He took a couple of big shots against rest in peace, Anthony Johnson. You know what I mean? I just didn't feel like DC. We talked all the time about like, I will eat two to get to you.
Yeah, he had to because he was a smaller fighter.
Yeah, small fighter, small reach. So he had to eat shots to be able to get that double leg crouch.
Yeah. Anyway, who you got?
Who you got, CJ?
2 tickets to the Bless Express. You already know what it is. I'm always rolling with Max Holloway. I got him winning 2 ways. Either a 3-2.
No,
right?
I just need one.
Or a
No,
TKO.
said,
Yeah, Max
he said
Holloway.
decision, or...
Yeah, decision or a TKO in the 4th round. Like in the early rounds, I think in the early rounds, the rounds are going to be close, but kind of maybe not a lot of activity going on. And then Max are going to start pushing up the pace. Not saying that Gaethje's not going to be in there getting active with him, but I think Max is just going to outpace him a little bit. And he's out here looking big body right now. And I might be all the way wrong, but I ain't never going to pick against Max. So whatever. I'm gonna make it sound good.
Fair.
Loyalty.
Ahead,
You gotta have it. You want me to go, Sky?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't want to get banned.
I'm not gonna listen. You can have your opinion.
Her fingers on the red button right now.
Shout out to Drake.
Like your fingers on the button.
It's not hands up, don't shoot.
Yeah, listen, that's the way I feel. You ready to end me? You ready to get rid of me?
No, it's how you say it. That's why you can go against like T-Ball Paul went with Justin. Okay, cool, respect. Majority of the world is, but it's you because you be coming on here shooting at me. That's why.
Do I?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Disrespectful.
I think I'm pretty nice. I try to be as honest as possible.
As nice as a big brother can be. Go ahead.
Hey, okay, so here we go. Fuck, dude. I'm just gonna say this before I say anything else. I hate this fight. I hate this fight with my core. I hate this fight with my being. I am so mad, ashamed that like either the fighters themselves didn't pull out, someone from their camps didn't pull out. I don't think this fight benefits either guy in any capacity. I can't think of another fight ever, and I've been watching UFC live since about fucking 52. Not to date myself. It might even be earlier than that if I really think about it. I literally can't think of a worse fight where it's just like, why are these guys fighting? You know what I mean? And we're not talking about some nobody from nowhere in Uzbekistan that we don't care about. This is top of the food chain fighters, top of the food chain popularity, fan bases, where literally they both could be doing the opposite right now and fighting. Like they both should be
Facts
fighting for titles right now. I
in
fucking
their
hate this
division.
fight. I hate this fight. I really want to abstain from this. So here's the deal. Justin Gaethje is going to win this fight. It's probably going to be either A, like brutal KO, or B, it's going to be from like the leg kicks. Oh, God, please, Lord, let Max fucking check a kick. Getting hurt by that and then coming over with a left over that. Justin Gaethje is going to win this fight. I hope it's not too bad. I hope it's not too brutal. But that being said, I'm picking the Blessed Express. Let's go, Max Holloway. Let's go, baby. Ninth Island in the building. Get it done, baby. Let's go, Max. Please, God, self-preservation over anything. If you feel a little itch, just say fuck it, dog.
Do we really believe that Jace is picking Bless?
I'm picking my official pick. Write it down. Is the Blessed Express. Choo
How
choo.
how though?
Um, fuck. How does he win this fight?
You just laid out
Let's.
how Gaethje wins. How are you gonna
Yeah, I don't. I mean,
reverse?
I
How are
don't.
you
I
backtrack?
don't know. I'm not backtracking. I just don't know how Maxon went. I would say fifth round TKO. He just somehow survives the onslaught. He'll be looking something like Quasimodo, but just
That I do
tires
think is
out
gonna happen.
Justin and able just to put it on him at the end. Justin will gas. We do know that. Justin will gas. 100%.
um, I mean, if you ever doubted when you clicked on this podcast, if you've never been here before, then there's nothing more that we need to say than this is pretty much the Max Holloway podcast. If I'm running it, it's the Max Holloway podcast. Doesn't matter what the hell's going on. I'm going with Max. I was never gonna go with anybody else. Of course, this is a fight that I did not want him necessarily to take because Justin Gaethje is so nasty with the calf kicks, and he can get cracked with the calf kick and then a hook or something like that. But at the end of the day, when I go back and I watch the Fiziev fight, and I watch Justin struggle with Fiziev's speed and his footwork, um, immediately, Jason and I have talked about it on a podcast before. When that fight was over between Justin and Fiziev, I thought that Fiziev won. I thought it was a
Yes.
very close fight. Him and I both thought that Fiziev won, but we wanted Justin to win. So when they said Justin, we was like, "Hey, it is what it is." But I think that Max's, I think that Max's path to victory here is his footwork, is his
Yep.
speed, is his cardio, is making it past that first and second round of danger, pure fucking danger, and being able to really put it on Justin as the rounds go on. I have it by decision. I have it by a close fight as well. But at the end of the day, like, I'm always gonna walk with my guy. And also at the end of the day, like, his team does not get enough credit or respect. Max Holloway has been at that gym from the very fucking beginning. He's been at that gym. He became a world champion at that gym. He defended at that gym, and he's went up against killers at that gym. They have a good game plan, and at the end of the day, he has the right mindset to go inside there and get it done. I will tell y'all this right now: if the fight ends in some crazy nasty way, I ain't even gonna speak it into existence, but if it ends in some crazy nasty way that goes against Max Holloway, I will not be on this podcast next week. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Listen, I am not taking. I cannot. I will not. I might even. I'm considering going live when this fight is on, but I don't know about that because I don't want to be
Oh no,
declared.
that's
Oh
crazy.
I don't
God,
want to be
that's
declared.
crazy. That's
Nah.
crazy.
But yeah, that's what I'm rocking when I'm going with Max. I think that Justin's gonna have an issue. But in the event and when Max Holloway does win, don't come. Listen, y'all gonna hate me. Y'all are gonna hate me. That's all I have to say about that. You're gonna be sick of me.
He hate me.
He hate me.
Shout out to the XFL.
With that being
Oh
said,
yeah, I know. I remember that guy.
yeah.
Rod Smart. That's his real name.
The first season of the only season of the XFL, really.
Yeah.
Zhang Weili.
How are you
taking
old
on
enough
Yan.
to remember that? Wait a goddamn second.
Well, I was watching WWF at the time, and you saw the advertisements for the XFL. I was
Fair.
8 or 7 or 8.
How old are you, T-Ball?
I'm 30.
30-year-old T-Ball. Got it.
30-year-old T-Ball.
Real quick, Zhang Weili taking on Yan. Who y'all rocking with?
Y'all, I'll be quick. Y'all already know I fuck with Zhang Li heavy. Again, some of y'all, CJ, think I'm a female hater. It's not. Y'all know I rock with Zhang Li heavy.
Well, can you say her name right then?
I'm not Chinese.
You forgot
I'm
the
not
name.
Chinese.
It's literally in front of you, bro.
Listen, wait. Don't act like you know how to properly say her name, motherfucker. Okay, because we going off what we think how they say their names. You know what I'm saying?
God damn, she called her. He
Listen,
called her.
her name,
Bruce
her name,
Lee, all
her name,
kinds
her
of
name is
shit.
probably fucking pronounced Bob. Stop playing with me.
What? How you think she wins?
Oh, TKO, 100%.
No round.
Second.
Okay. Yeah, I'm there or the third. I'm with you on that one. TKO. Ground and pound, elbows, crucifix. TBP, what you got?
If I remember correctly, I think Carla Esparza had a really impressive performance against Jianan, where she took her down and beat her up, and
Yep.
I think Zhang Weili is going to do that times 3.
Yep.
I'm going with the champion on this one.
Fair.
While I'm going with the champion, I need to remind y'all of something.
Hold on. What did Damien pick for Max and
He picked
Oh.
Justin.
Gaethje? Okay.
Oof.
He picked Justin.
That's why he didn't want to go to the pod. Self-preservation.
Listen, while I'm going with Zhang Weili because nothing has shown me that I shouldn't, at least up against Yan, I want y'all to remember something. Y'all continue to talk about Zhang Weili like she is this god. And y'all forget that this god was decapitated by no other than Thug Rose. Okay, so when y'all are having these discussions about Zhang Weili, she's this, she's that, it blows my mind how they talk about this woman like she didn't lose 2 times to Thug Rose. Put some respect on Thug Rose's name.
I'm just kidding.
What'd you say?
The second fight was very close. The second fight was
Sure, it was close. And what did it come down to? It came to that wrestling. And what did she have to do afterwards? She went back to the boards and got her wrestling together, and then went out there, took Carla out. You know, she improved from that. She learned from it. It was a close fight, but at the end of the day, like, stop acting like Rose Namajunas does not exist. Stop acting like Rose didn't run through Joanna Jędrzejczyk 2 times, and I love Joanna. Like, stop acting like Rose didn't come back and get Jessica Andrade the fuck up out of there when after she had been spiked on her head and lost her title. So I love Zhang Weili, but y'all just keep talking about Rose. What's up?
Did Rose win her last fight?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
Yeah, say something smart.
Exactly. Yeah, you was thinking about don't even bring up the Frenchies again, because she got your girl Erin Blanchfield out there. Dominated her 50-45.
He thought he was slick. Aha.
No, I remember that. I remember she won her last fight, but it was crazy. I thought she actually lost that fight.
Damien's going Zhang Weili as well, and then the main event, Your boy Alex Pereira taking on Jamahal
Oh,
Hill.
oh, woo! Ric Flair, woo!
Let's hear what you got then, Jace.
Well, shit. Listen, y'all already know who I fuck with heavy on this fight. We have talked about this on the pod. Let me remind y'all, about a year ago, I don't know if T-Ball was on it or not, but we had said, looking at all the champions at the time, who is the most beatable champion? And I would say almost unanimously, we said, you know what? That nigga Jamahal Hill. That nigga Jamahal Hill.
I don't
I
think
don't know if
Paul
he'll
said that.
Oh, he said hard R. My bad.
Yo, chill.
No, you the only person that dropped the hard R on this pod. That was
Fair.
crazy. That was nuts.
Fair. Listen.
That player.
There are levels to this, as MMA casual 619 would like to say. Prayer about to kill this man, bro. Stop playing with me. I don't know in what realm that Jamahal Hill thinks he's gonna just go and knock him out. Like in what far out fantasy land?
What, you got a knockout?
Oh, fuck yeah, absolutely.
What round?
Shout out to my boy, underrated rapper. You might be old enough to remember your boy Can I Bus?
Yes,
Second round KO. I'm gonna let the world tell the truth. You don't want me to shine. You study my rhyme, and then you lay your vocals after mine.
That sound like an old school rap.
Shut up. Listen. That's one of the hardest diss songs ever.
Yeah.
Oh, don't even speak about dissing right now in hip hop. I'm ashamed as a J. Cole fan. I'm sick to my stomach.
Sick to my stomach.
Don't ever. And then at the end of his rant goes on to say, "Hey, my brother, you know, if you want to get back at me, I got my chin up in the air. I'll take it." What? Stop. Anyways, that ain't got nothing to do with MMA, y'all. I'm just so annoyed by it. Who you got, Paul, in this fight?
I mean, I'm with Jace. I think if all this talk Jamahal Hill's been doing, his confidence, if he thinks he's going to go in there and knock Pereira out, he's going to be in for a rude awakening. It's going to be Strickland versus Pereira all over again. I'm just going to stand until I see something. Alex Pereira by TKO. Sorry, not even TKO. Forget the TKO.
Hey.
I got Jamal, Sweet Dreams. Hill.
Let's
He
go,
put
CJ.
this nigga put ahead of the sleep. Get him out of here. If Izzy's knocking his big head ass out, if Jiri can touch him, Jamahal Hill's finna put this boy to sleep, knocking his ass out. And the thing I don't like, man, I like Pereira though. I like him as a fighter. The thing is all his little nerd ass fans be making me hate him. But I like him.
His fans are something else.
There's something else because they're new MMA fans that just started and they're like, "Oh man, I love this dude."
I'm not a new MMA fan.
Yeah, and you don't know shit either, so
Calm
we don't
down,
listen.
little one.
We see how your pick's been going, brother.
Hey,
Yeah,
my
but I
winning
think
percentage is way higher than yours.
no, it's not.
Facts.
We picked the same.
Facts.
Yeah, I got Jamahal Hill with a knockout.
Real fast. Why do y'all think that Pereira has caught fire so much? As far as with
Because
he went up against his daddy.
Hold on.
Oh,
I just answered it because of his daddy.
Well, I was gonna say this, right? So we've talked about on the pod, and T-Ball, feel free to chime in about our dismay with the MMA fans gravitating towards certain people. You know, the Sean Stricklands of the world, and why like he is like crazy popular, right? But Pereira is not that guy. He doesn't bring that energy, you know what I mean, in any capacity. So it's just very interesting how like we just not we, because the majority of us, right, love Alex Pereira.
You know, Pereira has the energy to me of a Darth Vader, because it's not like Darth Vader has done anything crazy or he talks a lot or he has this boisterous personality. He's just a very ominous figure, and people imagine what he can do. And I feel like Pereira has a lot of that to him, and that's part of the reason why he's caught fire so much with the fans.
Listen, I gave y'all the answer. It's because of his father, his
Facts.
daddy, Israel Adesanya. If Israel Adesanya does not exist, we do not care about Alex. Alex does not get pushed to the front. He doesn't get all this hype. People hate Izzy so much
Yep.
that they supported Alex. People hate Izzy so much that they supported Sean Strickland. Has nothing
Yep.
to do with these actual people, their personalities, or anything like that. Has all to do with their disdain for Israel Adesanya.
Completely disagree.
Okay. I'm going Jamal Hill. Upset special. I wouldn't be surprised if Alex gets it done, but I'm
Facts.
just feeling like we just disrespect Jamal Hill. I've been a part of it. I've been a part of like the whole his striking's a little different, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, he's coming off a nasty Achilles rupture. You know what I mean? He's stepping in there, and I think that there's enough footage on Alex. And also I don't think that Jamal is afraid to I don't think Jamal's afraid to clinch and wrestle and to make
Yep.
it an MMA fight. I don't think he's trying to be like Sean Strickland, just be like, I'm just gonna stand up here with this scary
Yep.
kickboxer. You see that guy over there? Yeah, like Jamal Hill's not ignorant. He's not like
Yeah.
inbred. You know what I mean? So I think that he'll make it an MMA fight if he has to. We've seen how well he did against the grappling of Glover Teixeira, Alex Pereira's mentor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that there is a path there. We've seen Alex get hit. We've seen him get hit by Jan. We've seen him get hit by Izzy. We've seen him get hit by
Yuri
Yuri.
was tabbed.
Yuri almost got him out of there. You know what I mean? So like, it's not like he's not getting hit. Now of course he has a specific skill set, right? And he can get him the hell up out of there. But I'm going with Jamal. Either way. And to answer Jace's question, to respond to one of Jace's statement, I'm a big fan of Alex, just like you are of Izzy. Yeah, you know how you're like, oh my God, I'm such a big fan of Israel Adesanya. I'm a fan of his. I'm a fan of Alex.
And it's okay. You can still want to see his ass get knocked out.
Okay, a couple of things to break down because I didn't want to cut you off.
Thank you.
One, how are you going to say that Sean Strickland doesn't have a personality? Because we've talked about this on and off camera. How
He has
Sean
a shitty
Strickland,
personality.
I'm not saying it's a great personality. I don't agree with anything he
I'll
says,
answer
but
it.
yet he speaks to a good portion. And Sky, you know this. You'll say this of young. You would throw in Caucasian American.
WTs.
Is that fair?
Yes. The reason why I said about the personality is that Sean Strickland did not go into that Izzy fight with this large amount of fan base. He went there into that Izzy fight, and this is coming off of and people, because they hated Izzy, that's when his fan base grew, because nobody wanted to see that fight. We were all like, nobody wants to see it. Then all of a sudden he gets to Australia, and the Australian crowd is going for him. All of a sudden he's calling Izzy saying he's into zoophilia and all the rest of this stuff. Bestiality. Zoophilia, bestiality. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? People that, just all this stuff.
Or here's like a fucking crazy idea.
Uh-huh.
Maybe he just got fans because of the fight.
What fight?
The one where he beat the shit out of Izzy Adesanya.
No, before that, these fans started popping up. His popularity started to grow. That's why people were shocked that they were going for him. Because his fight before that, he got knocked out by Alex, and he came back, and who did he beat? The Ikram guy? Nobody was like, oh my gosh, Sean Strickland, we love him. Abus, Ikram, they're the same people at this point. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, nobody was like champion behind Sean Strickland. When he lost that close fight to Jared Cannonier, nobody was like, oh my God, we're going to riot. Like, he didn't have that fan. But the moment he was going up against Izzy, and all these narratives, MMA gurus started all this, like all this stuff started to happen. Then it became like, oh, we like him. Then he started talking wild and reckless. Like, where was all these people when he was just a small little 170er with that terrible ass haircut?
I mean,
when he wasn't talking about, different people, places, and things. And being
No. Yeah. I think we agree on this. And correct me if I'm wrong. You don't feel the same way about Sean as you do about Kobe, in the sense that we know Kobe puts on the face. Sean Strickland just got handed out a microphone. That's the only difference. This is no show. This is who this motherfucker really is in life. Can we agree to that?
Yeah.
So then he just got a mic in front of him. But I mean, look, end of the day, put what you feel about him as a person, what he might says, like in general, like he's excited. He's what we want. Most people want as an MMA fighter.
His
He
fighting
doesn't.
style's exciting. His
All he
jab is
wants.
exciting.
All he wants to do is bang it out, bro.
But we've
No,
seen
he
fights where
don't.
people are banging, and we've
What do you
said that it
mean?
felt
No,
like
he don't.
sparring. No, but let's be honest. We've seen fights. Let's go back to Alex Caceres taking on Giga, where that felt like a sparring match. All they did was bang. Nobody shot. Nobody did it. We've seen fights where it's stand-up only, and we're like, oh, I'm bored. Nothing's happening here. So his fighting style is not exciting at all. He's sitting there with a fucking jab and a Philly show.
But also walking people down.
And that's exciting. If it's exciting for you, then cool.
Anyone who always walks forward, because with that Giga and Alex fight, they were not. They were both. Sean Strickland, yes, he's going to hide behind a Philly show jab, but he's always going to walk forward until he gets knocked the fuck out. Shout out to Alex Pereira.
Oh, okay. So you're a fan of Bilal now?
Who?
Yeah, Bilal. Like when he walked Gilbert down.
I said stand and bang, bro.
Yeah.
Stand and bang.
He stood and banged with
Stop
Burns.
playing.
He stood and banged with Burns.
Yes, because that's what Bilal is known for. Besides being a loser, is walking forward and trying to bang it out.
He can't be a loser. He's on a 10-fight unbeaten streak. Stop the madness. Either way,
he's still not getting a title fight.
So you're going Alex. T-Ball's going Alex. Me, Damian, and CJ are going Hill.
Wow, Damian picked Hill?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's exciting. I did see something that said that the UFC is bringing back, or it has a new glove, either new glove design that's coming out. I don't know if that means like on the top, whether that's going to be happening, or whether it'll have like the curvature paws. That'll be interesting to see with the gloves. The press conference, it says something. Max was saying there should be something new going on with the press conference. Everybody's going to be at the presser. Everybody on the fight card is going to be at the presser for sure. I think I'm going to go to the press conference too.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah. I want to be in the building.
I wonder how long the press conference is going to be.
I was thinking that the same thing too.
People aren't going to even be asked questions. Like Jalen Turner, we're not going to hear from him.
No. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Andrade.
Yeah. Marina's not going to get... Yeah.
Stop ask, how's the weight cut going?
I was just about to say that. Kayla might get a question.
I think Diego will get a question.
Yeah, for sure. He's yeah. Aside from that, I mean, UFC 300 is here. Do y'all have like any last minute hot takes about any fighter on the card? Any thought about anybody on the card? Like,
Sky, have you heard anything about the octagon being a special color?
Yes.
You have.
He definitely said Sky, but Jace, go ahead.
Yeah, anyone. I meant to say anyone. I just assumed. No.
What'd you hear?
Go
Jace?
on, Sky.
No. If you heard something.
My sources tell me. Yes, they're doing octagon. Special color. I'm hearing red.
Oh my gosh. That would kind of go against their whole art direction for this event, but
see, that's how T-Ball Paul is smart. He be thinking about art direction, font, and all of that shit.
I mean, for me, like if it were up to me, that it should have been gold and black off top, because they've been going with the gold and black, and I just think it would be sick. But obviously, you wouldn't be able to see like really the blood on the canvas if it was black with the gold writing. So that'd be it, or gold with the black writing, or vice versa. But right now, I'm not currently tapped in, so I'm not able to tell. But if I was tapped in, I'd be able to know 100%. Unfortunately, I don't know. So I'm going to be surprised with a lot of y'all.
How about, I'll see this. Which fight do you think will be the dud of the card?
Like of the most anticipated ones, or just like in general? Because like for me, Sodiq versus Diego Lopes, like I'm not like highly anticipating that. I'm not highly anticipating Bobby. The dud, okay.
Which one has a chance to be, a
Oliveira Tsarukyan?
You think so?
Yes.
Okay. I think, for me, Kattar versus Sterling has a chance of being a
It does.
That's fact.
Yeah.
You're on a positive note. I'm sorry.
No, but yeah, I kind of agree with that too.
You know what? That's actually a really good point that you brought up. indirectly. Do we see these fights like ending in KOs, or are we just expecting to see high level competition? Because a lot of times when you get this caliber of guys fighting, you get a lot of very high caliber
Defensive
fights.
fighting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't get like, no, don't get me wrong. You get some slugs. Obviously, we got Charles Oliveira, the record holder for most finishes, right? But for the most part, like you get like a lot of the tacticians come out, and a lot of these guys can be tactical when they want to. So are we expecting this card to be like knockout city, or are we expecting to see like just good scraps?
I feel like maybe earlier on in the prelims, those guys might be going out, but later on, I feel like it's a high quality card. I think I want them to go in there and like swing and bang and get TKOs and finishes and subs, but they're very highly skilled guys. Like Gaethje and Max, those guys are highly skilled. So I don't think it's gonna be as many knockouts, but I do think Hill or Pereira, one of those two is gonna get knocked out. That was interesting. I think Cody Brundage might get knocked out.
um, yeah.
Who do you guys think is gonna win fight of the night?
Woo. Oof.
I know. I'm like, sheesh. I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, that's a tough one. I mean, I feel like our first initial reaction is the same, Max versus Justin, because almost every single time Justin fights, he gets fight of the night. But at the same time, I mean, Deiveson and Cody could open this thing up.
Yeah.
You know
They
what?
could open this
I
thing up
just
with a
totally forgot
banger.
about that fight.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to throw a Hail Mary and say the all Chinese affair gets fight of the night.
I would love to see it.
They both have
5 rounds.
They both have an exciting fight in them. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
What would my fight of the night be? I was gonna say either Oliveira Tsarukyan or Garbrandt versus Figgy. I think those two. I mean, the obvious. We're kind of ruling out. We're leaving out Holloway versus Gaethje because that's kind of a given.
Yeah.
That is gonna be fight of the night.
My sleeper is gonna be Jalin Turner and Money Moicano for fight of the night.
Nice.
Just on some sleeper stuff.
Yeah. I think we're super excited.
Before we leave, because I know we're way over time, one last question about 300. What is going to be the main headline coming out of 300? Just one headline.
Ooh, nice
That's
question.
Jamahal Hill knocks out the header Code.
Mine is Diego Lopes is going to be the next Diaz brother figure in the UFC.
That's a dope ass take. I like that for sure.
The best is
Jace?
blessed, baby. The best is blessed.
The best is blessed. I think the biggest headline coming out of 300 is going to be Pereira fights against Aspinall for the heavyweight.
Okay.
Woo! Wow.
Sign me up. International Fight Week.
He's fucking crazy enough to do it.
Sign me up.
Yeah. He's gonna have to go up. He's
and
gonna
real
have to go up.
Real quick, if Alex does finish this quickly, there is a possibility that they will book him next month for that terrible 301 card. One of the worst cards ever.
It's not that terrible.
It's
you
that
got
bad.
Paul!
You got
Paul, stop being a company man.
you got Mcgregor Orobai. You got Ursek Pantoja, Aldo, Bohalio versus Craig. I was looking at someone made a post on Instagram the other day and posted the 301 fight card and said, "Hey, it's not as bad as people think," and I agreed with him. But
are you paying $85 to see Pantoja take on Steve?
yes,
Stove.
I write it off my taxes. Yes.
I mean, Jose Aldo should be headlining this. Jose Aldo should be headlining this pay-per-view card. And he's not even a fucking champion. Okay?
Wait. How do you write it on your taxes? Wait a goddamn moment.
Well, because he does MMA content. And
So
that's a
do
part
I.
of his business. And it's a part of his business
Wow.
to watch it and be able to review it for the information. I'm
Wow.
assuming that's what he's doing.
I need
You're
to
right,
talk to
Sky.
my tax person. Jesus.
You do. You definitely do.
Hey, you got about 10 days, Jace.
Yeah. But then Pereira taking on who is he? You know him, Mr. Uzbekistan? I'm pretty sure the comments is gonna go crazy.
He used to be in this is a very obscure fact, but I think he used to be in some sort of adult
Boy band?
Oh,
No.
really?
Your man got meat like that?
He was in
What?
some, explicit material. Let's just put it that way.
Oh.
Your man got meat like that. Interesting.
I mean, this is a fight night at best. But either way,
Anthony Smith versus Vitor Petrino.
Stop playing.
Because they're coming for his family.
Someone's coming.
I can't stand Anthony Smith, dude.
Stop it.
Really?
I agree with you.
He is like Marvin mid-Tory at this point.
Hey, we don't agree on a lot, but I'm with you on that one for sure.
Damn, gosh, you don't like him either?
Hell nah, bro. He's so annoying.
He's so annoying. I'm just
man.
tired.
Yeah, for sure.
Either way, you guys, we did go long on this podcast because it is UFC 300, and we absolutely had to. We will be back next week. Like I said, if something crazy happened, I might not be back, but they might be back. But for the most part, we appreciate y'all coming, checking out the pod. Make sure that y'all check out T-Ball Paul on TikTok and Instagram, and you're on YouTube too, right?
Yes, I'll be starting at YouTube at some point in this decade. So T-Ball Paul will be the
decade.
Yeah, but until then, make sure that y'all comment your whole card picks. We want to know. If y'all come on here talking crazy about Max, all I ask is that when he wins, come back. Come back. Come back. Until then, we're out. Peace.
Peace.
Jace, I cannot believe that you picked Max. What is this? I think you picked Max because you do not want to smoke with me right now.
I love Max Holloway.
Oh my god!
You know I love Max Holloway.
Yeah,
Sky.
but you can love Max, and you. I still thought you were gonna go with Justin.
Listen, I don't think Max is gonna win this fight, but I'm just trying to put out good juju.
We appreciate that.
I just don't know his path to victory besides like a Justin exhaustion.
That's a path to victory.
Yeah, but
that's
like,
definitely a possibility.
Yeah, but that's not the path of victory you're trying to clamor for.
A win is a win, baby.
Shout out to Vin Diesel.
I was just about to say, whether it's 1 second, half an A.